Namaskara. In this video, let us try to understand the measurement of weight, size, and length. NCERT has prescribed for classes 1 to 5. The topics for learning are when a child reaches grade 3, they would be familiar with standard and non-standard units of measurement. In the next grade, they learn standard units of measurement. Also, various units of conversion: centimeter, meter, liter, millimeter, kg, gram, and such other terms. They understand the system of measurement. If the children have to learn these concepts, teachers have to keep a few points in mind. Most importantly, which are standard and which are non-standard units of measurement. What is the difference between them? What are the standard systems? We use them daily: centimeter, meter, kilometer, liter, milliliter, etc. These are formal units of measurement. Seru, Pavu, Mola, all are informal units. These are some of the non-standard units of measurement. The teachers have to talk about the differences between the two. Then, secondly, the difference between volume and weight. We use volume to measure liquids and weight to measure solids. Volume shows the space taken and weight is related to mass. Though this is a scientific explanation, it is important to tell them the differences. Going forward, next idea needing attention is about conversion of different units of measurement. We tell them about different units of measurement. For measuring length, we introduce meter, centimeter, and kilometer, and how are they related, how to convert them. We have to teach them these concepts. Also, since these are skill oriented, skill related concepts, and also since we use it more in our daily life, if we teach children with daily life examples, there is no doubt the concepts will be fully understood. They must be taught with real life examples. With these, the children making a mistake would also reduce. To teach the concept of weight and size, let us use some of the teaching aids from our kit. Let us look at them. To understand weight and size, let us use a weighing scale. What we have to observe here is it has two vessels and the pointer helps find out if it is balanced or not. Apart from the scale, we have yellow cubes of base 10 and blue rods. Here a single cube of base 10 weighs 1 gram, each yellow cube is 1 gram, and the blue rod weighs 10 grams. And also we have 100 yellow cubes in our kit. So 100 grams yellow cubes, and we have 20 blue rods, that is 200 grams. So we can weigh about 300 grams in total. We need to keep in mind that these green plates are not weighing 100 grams since they are hollow. Hence, we do not use them for teaching weights. So we will not use the green plates. We use only the yellow cubes and blue rods. Please look at this vessel. It has markings of 100 ml, 200 ml, 300 ml till 1000 ml. That is, we can measure up to 1 liter of liquid. So we can use it to measure up to 1 liter. And to teach the concept of length, we are using the tape provided in the kit. One side of the tape, we have markings made in inches, and on the other side, there are centimeters. How to use this tape will be discussed later. Now let us proceed to measuring weight. Let us see how to measure weight. In this weighing scale, there are adjustable nodes. On the very first time and only once in the process, we can move it back and forth. We can ensure that the pointer rests in the center by carefully adjusting it and making sure that the pointer is balanced. We leave it alone. Both the vessels of the scale should be balanced when they are empty. How do we show the weighing process? Let us see. I have a few abacus rings and I will put them in one vessel. I take a few more abacus rings and put them in other. The vessel which is heavier has gone down and the lighter vessel is elevated and the pointer is leaning on one side. When we observe, we understand this vessel is heavier and this vessel is lighter. But how do we measure how much do they weigh? Here we can see the concept of heavy and light which was discussed in the last class. We have seen it. However, we haven't come to standard units yet. Which are the standard units? How do we understand them? To see the point, let us measure how much do these rings in this box weigh. I shall empty this box. Now in this box, as I mentioned earlier, yellow cubes of base 10 each weighs 1 gram and blue rods of base 10 weighs 10 grams. I shall keep putting one at a time. Let us see the weight. I have put 10 grams, one blue rod, second blue rod has gone in. Now I am putting in 1 gram each, 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks and 5 blocks. Now let us see the weights in this box. 10 grams, 20 grams, 21 grams, 22 grams, 23 grams. Therefore, what is the weight of the rings in this box? 23 grams. Here we can use different objects. Objects in the class such as geometry box, pen, pencil, such easily available objects can be put in one side. On the other side, put the base 10 rods and we can weigh the objects. Now, how do we add the weights? Let us see it in the concrete form. I have placed some abacus rings in the box. To weigh it, I use blue rods and yellow cubes of base 10. I placed 10 grams, 20 grams. I will place the single units 1 gram, 2 grams, 3 grams, 4 grams and 5 grams. 5 appears to be more, so let me remove 1 gram. Now both sides are equal. Now this has 23 grams. I will write down this 23 in my notebook. How many grams? 23 grams. Now I will add a few more abacus rings. Now, how much does it weigh? Let us see. How much more weight will I place? I will place a 10-gram rod. It is heavier. Hence, I shall add single gram at a time. 1 gram, 2 grams, 3 grams, 4 grams, 5 grams, 6 grams, 7 grams, 8 grams, 9 grams. Now, both boxes are equal. So, how many more grams have I added? 9 grams have been added. We already had 23 grams and I have placed 9 more grams. So, what is the total weight of the objects in the box? What is the total weight of the abacus rings? If I add these two, I get the weight of all the abacus rings in the box. How much is it? 32 grams. Is it correct? Shall we count the weights? 10 grams, 20 grams, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. This is how we can show the concept of addition of weights in the concrete form. Once they understand the basic concept of weights, we can give them problems involving higher weights and teach them how to add it. How do we subtract weights in the concrete form? Using a scale. Let us see that. I have placed some rings here and I know that the total weight is 32 grams. Now I will remove some rings. Now we can see the weight is more on this side. Hence, I will take away the weight by 1 gram each. Before that, how much did we have earlier? 32 grams. I have written it down. Now, I will remove each gram. I took away 1 gram, 2 grams, 3 grams, 4 grams, and 5 grams and 6 grams have been removed. It is still not equal. So, one more, that is, I have removed 7 grams. How many grams did I remove? I have removed 7 grams from the box. So, what is the weight of the abacus rings in the box? Total weight of the remaining abacus rings is, let us look at it. We had 32 grams. I have removed 7 grams from it. How many grams are left? 25 grams are left. Shall we verify if it is correct? 10 grams, 20 grams, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 grams. How much did we have? 32 grams. I have removed some rings. What remains is 25 grams. Using concrete form, this is how, by using scale and using physical objects, we can introduce the concept of adding and subtracting weights. Once the children are clear about the concept, In the next classes, we can give them higher weights and help them carry out basic operations. Now, let us measure liquid in terms of volume. In this blue box, there is about 3/4 of water. If I have to know the quantity of the water, let me pour this water into this container. It has come up to 100 ml. There is more left and I will pour it fully. Now, the blue box is empty. What is the quantity of water? There is 200 ml of water. 200 ml is standard measure of volume. That is what we say. We use the unit ml, that is milliliter, to measure it. Just as we did addition and subtraction of weights, we can use this vessel to put liquid in it and introduce the children to addition and subtraction of volume in an enjoyable way. We saw how to measure volume. Now, let us see how to measure length. For this purpose, I shall use the measuring tape given with the kit. Let us see how to use it. This tape has centimeters on one side and on the other side inches are marked. How do we use it? I have an object. I need to know the length of this object. How do I measure? I keep one end of the tape here and extend it till the length of the object. We know now the length is 10 centimeters. Now, let us measure it in inches. What is the length in inches? 4 inches. So, the length of the cube is 10 centimeters. In centimeters, it is 10 centimeters, and in inches, it is 4 inches. This is how we give familiar objects to children and ask them to measure length and breadth of objects. And as they progress, as they understand the concept well, we can give them different objects such as blackboard or the desk on which they sit or the bench. This is how we teach them measuring length and the breadth. Now let us understand how to teach conversion. For example, I am sitting in a classroom. I am sitting on the front bench. From the first bench, the blackboard, the teacher stands near it. What is the distance? I can measure it in centimeters because the distance is less, because it is very near. What happens if it is 100 centimeter? 100 centimeter becomes 1 meter. If we keep adding the meters, 1000 meters would make it 1 kilometer. When I sit in a classroom, from the first bench till the blackboard, if it is about 250-300 centimeters, what would be the distance from the classroom till the school compound? How do I measure it? From the classroom, school compound will be about 100 meters. If I try to measure it in centimeters, I would get a very large number. Hence, I use a large unit. Larger than centimeters, it is meter. I would convert the centimeters to meter and measure in meters. Similarly, what is the distance from my school to my house. If I were to measure that from school to house 1.5 kilometers, that is 1500 meters. When the distance increases to 1000 meters, we use a bigger unit bigger than the meter. Which is the unit? Kilometer. We convert it to kilometer and I can measure the distance between my school and house in kilometers. So, this is how we introduce them to the concept of measuring distance in different units. And it is important to tell them how they are related. To begin with, we told them smaller objects should be measured using the tape. Why did we say that? That is because when children measure something, how do they hold the tape? From where do they start measuring is very important. Since this is related to their skill, since they use the concept very often, they need to have a solid understanding of the concept. So, they have to do it correctly. That is why we ask them to measure small objects first and go on to give them bigger objects. This is how they move from small objects to bigger objects. We used a weighing scale to understand the concept of weight. However, it is a traditional scale. The children might see different scales at different shops and establishments. What type of scales have they seen? It may be digital scales, or the ones used in go downs, or really big scales, or the scales used for measuring gold or silver, small ones that can measure milligrams, or those which weigh lorries, weighing bridges. All these are different tools used for weighing. They are scales, but they measure in different units. They just measure weights in different quantities. We can see if the children are familiar with all these tools. How do we measure liquid in everyday life? When we buy milk, it could be a half liter or a quarter or 1 liter. We use different measures while taking medicine. We use 5 ml, 10 ml, such smaller measuring tools. And in laboratories, we use a completely different set of tools. The units may be milliliter or liter, but the things measured are different. Hence, different tools are used in different walks of life. Children need to be introduced to all that. They have to use it in everyday life. Hence, children need to be introduced to such items. Petrol pumps. When countries buy petrol from international markets, they measure it in barrels. When we buy oil from a shop, we measure it in liter or ml. Though all these are liquids, the unit of measurement is different. Students need to be aware of this. Similarly, in daily life, who uses the tape? If we ask such questions, we can understand where they can see the use of different tools. Meter tape might have been used while making a volleyball court in the school, just to measure the length. Or a tailor would use it to measure the length of cloth needed for a shirt. This is where a meter tape is used. Or engineers, while building a wall, will use it for the length of the wall or for the width. They use a meter tape even when they have to build a compound wall. But to tell the distance between two places, we use kilometers. Which are the other units of distance? Which are the other units for measuring distance? How are they used in daily life? Students need awareness about all these things. If we have to teach the concept of measurement of length and volume, they might get some misconceptions. Let us look at some of them. Some of the most repeated mistakes are: first, when they convert from one unit to the other, they have doubts or they make mistakes. For example, they may write 100 ml is equal to 1 L, or instead of saying 1000 ml for a liter, they may write 1000 L. They do get confused while converting different units. How can we correct this? If we give them more examples from daily life and if they keep practicing it, the confusion and doubts may be avoided. That is possible. One more possible mistake while converting: conversion from large units to small units. Example, if we write 1.5 L, the understanding is 1.5 liter. They know 500 ml is half liter. Hence, when we write 0.5 L, they have to convert it as 500 ml. Many trip here. So, if conversion is properly taught and if they have a clear idea about decimal point, they are unlikely to make this mistake. And the third point is, many children use wrong measuring units. They are confused about units. Especially while converting time, 60 seconds for a minute or 60 minutes make an hour, they are able to convert this. But while converting units of length, weight and volume, we use the decimal conversion method only if these concepts are clear. The children would not make these mistakes. Only if these two concepts are clear, children are not likely to make these mistakes. In this video, we have seen how weight, size and length concepts can be taught to children in a fun way. Thank you.